Oh, now you're gone. There you go.
We're going to the bathroom now?
No, who's that black girl?
So funny.
It's recording already.
Oh, sorry.
Good luck, everybody. Hope you had a nice Shabbos.
We had a great Shabbos.
Make it louder.
It was
Can
so
you-
hot here. Oh my God.
Can you
so
send
hot.
It was?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. We missed you, Ernie.
What was the weather there?
Cold.
Cold?
Yeah, here.
Here is cold?
It doesn't go any louder.
You weren't cold?
No. Okay, by the way, tomorrow night we're going to learn at 8 o'clock at night.
8 p.m.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
excellent. Oh,
Leave
perfect.
it higher like that.
Right there, you're good. Wow.
Okay.
Good. Okay, where we
Tomorrow
all
night, 8 o'clock, we're going to start Mesechta Shabbos.
8 o'clock tomorrow?
8 p.m.
Yeah.
Ernie, have to bring in.
Ernie,
Yes.
I saw your sister last Mosai Shabbos at
Okay,
the play.
It's not recording.
This
Come
is
on.
recording now. We're going to have to listen.
Okay, where are we
Okay.
starting? Where are we?
So the Gemara, we're on Samech Gimel Amud Aleph,
Summer?
63.
Okay.
We're going to finish we're going to finish brachas tonight.
Summer Gimel. Okay, got it.
Right. So the Ema says the Gemara Harabayis to Osra Minol
We're here.
that we were taught that you're not allowed to wear shoes when you're Harabayid. So Leil from Minol. So let's learn the halacha from that din of shoes.
Are we on
About
Sunday?
Pesach Knesset the Sharbi Minol, but a shul that you're allowed to wear shoes in a shul. Adi Yalef Minol V'Laheter. Why do you say that it's permitted to wear shoes in shul? Neilef Mikapandri La'aser. Maybe we should learn from the din, just like you cannot make the Beis Knesset a shortcut. Therefore, you may not be allowed to wear shoes in shul either. The Gemara says no. We compare it to his house. Ma Beis Kapandra Kapidinish. People do not allow people to make a shortcut through their house. But Arkiko Minaloy Kapidinish. But people do spit in their house and they do wear shoes in their house. Av Pesach Knesses. So similar as shul. Kapandra Huda Aser. So you cannot use a shul as a shortcut. But Rakika Uminal Shari, but spitting and wearing shoes would be permitted. Then it says Kol Chayz made bracha shemix. When they made a bracha in the Beis Hamikdash, they didn't say Amen. They said Baruch Hashem lo olam Amen v'Amen. Kol kach lama. Why not say Amen? The Gemara says L'fi she'ein onin Amen b'Mikdash. You do not say Amen in the Beis Hamikdash. Uminayin she'ein onin b'Mikdash. Where do you see that you can't say Amen b'Mikdash? Shenemar. Kumu, get up. Baruch Hashem. Bless Hashem. Elokechem mina oilam ve'ada oilam. You have to use that format. The oimer vayvarchu Hashem vodecha umeromama kol bracha utila. And there isn't a standard conclusion to every bracha. The higher the bracha, the more elaborate the chasima is. Don't answer just like we answer amen to every bracha, no matter how short it is, no matter how long it is. No, in the Beis Hamikdash, they had a different conclusion statement on every different bracha. So then it says, "Iskinu she'odem shabu shalom chaveru," because when in Sefer Ruas, Boaz said, "Hashem imachem," and the people answered, "Yivarechecha Hashem." That's the greeting people should say one to another. And the Gemara brought a pasuk, the oimer. Maybe this was just Boaz's greetings. Who said that this is the greeting that should go for posterity? Toshma Hashem imcha gibor hechayil. So there was another pasuk that says Hashem imcha is the right phrase. That statement was made by the angel that appeared to Gidon, the Shofet Gidon, when he told him, I'm going to send you to save Klal Yisrael. So maybe that's not necessarily for human beings. Toshma, Al tovus kizokta imecha. Don't reject the teachings of your zakenim. V'oimer eis lasos lashem heferus rasecha. What's this? Omer Rava. Hai kra mereisha l'seifa midrash, m'seifa l'reisha midrash. This pasuk of eis lashem lashem heferus rasecha, you can darshan it from the beginning to the end, or you can darshan it from the end to the beginning. Mireisha l'seifa midrash. Eis lasos lashem. There's time to make a halacha in honor of Hashem. My time, mishum efer torsecha. Sometimes the zakenim have to do something because otherwise there's going to be nullification of the Torah. We can also learn Mesechta l'reisha midrash. Eferus torsecha my time mishum eis lasos Hashem. Sometimes we have to go against the Torah because it's a special time that needs it. Like Rabbi Yehuda Nossi, it was a halacha that you can't write down Torah Shabbal Peh. But he saw that with the exile, the Roman exile, people are going to forget Torah Shabbal Peh. He said we're going to have to nullify the Torah regarding this din and write down the Mishnah because otherwise we're going to lose Klal Yisrael. Tanya. Hillel Zokin Omer. B'shas hamachnisin pazir. When everybody else is bringing in, you should spread out. B'shas hamafazrim. When people are spreading out, bring it in. V'imra isador shator chaviva love. And if you see a generation that loves Torah, pazir. So send people out to teach Torah. Shnemer yesh mafazir. V'nosafo. V'imra isador shator chaviva love. You find a generation that doesn't love Torah, kanes. Bring people in. Shnemer eis lasos Hashem efer torsecha. Darsh bar kapar. Bar kapar darshan. Zalas. If the merchandise that you're selling is very inexpensive, kvotz kneimina, you should buy a lot of merchandise because of the principle: buy low, sell high. But also the less kvar, and in a place where there isn't a person standing up to do what he's supposed to do, tamin avid kvar. You should try to be that person. Abaya. So Abaya learned from their shmamina. But also the iskvar, that means if there is somebody else who's capable, taman lo tevikvar, so you should sit quietly and maybe you shouldn't stand up. So what's pshita? You might think if they're both equal, they should both do it. No. If one person has already stood up, let the other person do it. Dorish bar kapar. What is a pasuk where sort of the foundations of the whole Torah depend on? The following. In all your ways, you should know Hashem. And that will straighten out your road. I mean, the road you travel on, if you follow in Hashem's attributes, you won't go wrong. That means even if you're going to perform an Aveira, you still should be connected to Hashem. By being connected to Hashem, even when you do an Aveira, perhaps you'll come back and do tshuva. Dorish bar kapar. A person should teach his son a very easy profession. Mahi, Rav Chizda, machta de talmiyusa. Being a tailor. Some say being a tailor. Other people say jewelry. It's a machlokes rishonim, but either of those are considered to be professions that it's very easy to make a living.
Tailor.
Even a tailor, wherever you go, you need a tailor. Then it says, Rabbi Oimer, L'oilam al yarbe odem reim b'soch beiso. Person shouldn't have too many friends in his house. Shenamar ish reim lihisro'eya. By having a lot of friends in your house, it'll lead to bad things. Tanya Rabbi Oimer, al yemana odem apotropos b'soch beiso. A person shouldn't appoint a financial executor in his house. She'ilmoli lo mina Potiphar's Yosef apotropos b'soch beiso, because if it wasn't for the fact that Yosef had been appointed by Potiphar to be the executor, he wouldn't have gotten into the trouble that he got into. Lo bala also done. Tanya, Rabbi Yomi, Lama nisbecha parshas nozel parshas sota. How come there's juxtaposition in the Torah in parshas noso between the parsha of Nazir and the parsha of the Sota woman? To teach you. Shekolaroa Sota b'kakula. Whoever happens to be in the base of Migdash where they see a Sota having to drink the water, Yazir atzmo v'nayayin. He should take heed, become a Nazir. Because drinking wine is what probably led to the problem with adultery. Because that's why the husband is taking his wife to the base of Migdash, because he suspects her of adultery. Amar Chizki bid Rabbi Parnach Rav Yochanan. Run Samach Gimel, about halfway down. Lama nisbecha Parshas Soita, Parshas Trumas U'Maisros. Right after Parshas Soita, they're the Parshas of Trumas U'Maisros. Lo Melacha. Kol sheyesh lo Trumas U'Maisros. Whoever has Truma and Meiser, ve'ena noisen lekoyen, and he doesn't give it to the koyen, so nitzrach lekoyen like they ishto. He will have to come face to face with the kohen anyways. He's trying to avoid the kohen. You know what? Circumstances will occur that he'll have to go to the kohen to bring his wife to the base of Mikdash so that the kohen can administer the sota waters. Shenemar, the ish as kodashav lo yiyeh. Right? That's if he keeps his trumas maestros for somachle ish ki siste ishto. Uksive via ish as ishto to the base of Mikdash. V'laod elasov shenitzrach lahem. He'll lead the kohen. Shenemar v'ish as kodashav lo yiyu. He'll. It means not only that, he will need the Meiser Ani. Because remember, in the 3rd and the 6th year of the Shemitah cycle, instead of giving the second Meiser as Meiser Sheni that belongs to you, you give it to the Aniyim. So this drasha of the pasuk is that if you don't give Trumas Meisers, you will eventually need to be given Meiser Sheni because you'll become an Ani. What's the reward if he does give? Soif misasher, he'll become wealthy. Shenemar ish asher yitain lakoin lo yiyeh. Lo yiyeh momen harbi means he'll have a lot of money. On Rav Bar Brechi mishum Rab Lozar Kfar. Kol mashativ shel shamayim b'tzaro. If a person davens when he has an affliction, lo parnasaso, he gets double his wages. Shenemar, that means if you are with Hashem during your tsaros, he'll also give you more money. His parnasa will fly to him like a bird. It'll fly to you. If a person weakens himself and does not participate in the study of Torah, he won't have strength to stand against an affliction. That means if you from the lashon of rifu yadayim, if you are weak regarding learning Torah, it'll also be weak for you on your tsaros. That means even if you even if you're weakened with one mitzvah, it can also affect you in terms of your ability to withstand sorrows. So we should remain strong in the performance of all of our mitzvahs. Rav Safra, Rav Avo had a mishtoi. Rav Avo had the following. He was wondering about the following. Kishayarat Chanina ben Achi Rabbi Yoshua Lagola. Chanina ben Achi left Eretz Yisrael, went to Bavel. And there is a din that you're only supposed to intercalate the year, right? To add an extra leap month in Eretz Yisrael. You're not allowed to do that in Galus. But when he came to Galus in Bavel, he nonetheless conveyed a Beis Din and was intercalating the year. And I guess they heard about it in Eretz Yisrael. Shigru achrav shnei talmidei chachamim. So they sent a mission, a delegation of two talmidei chachamim, Rabbi Yossi ben Kippur uben beno shel Zechariah ben Kavutel, and a grandson of Zechariah ben Kavutel. Kiben Shara Oisam, when Chanina ben Achi, Rabbi Yeshua saw them, Amrulem lama batem. He asked them, "Why did you come?" Amrulei, l'mod Torah banu. We came to study Torah with you. Hichrizu aleim. So he made a public announcement. Anoshim alalu g'doyle adorhim. These are great men of the generation. Rabusayim shimush b'beis hamikdash, and their grandparents even worked in the Beis Hamikdash. Ka'osa sheshanina, Zechariah ben Kavutel oimer, like it says about Zechariah ben Kavutel, harbe pamim karisi lefon of the Sefer Daniel, that he used to read before the Kohen Gadol from Sefer Daniel. So he praised these two Talmidei Chachamim very highly. Hischil hu metame v'hem etarim, hu osir v'hem atirim. So the Bezdin was convened. People brought to Rav Chanina things. He said they're tamei, and they contradicted him and said they're Torah. He said something was prohibited, and they said it's permitted. He got upset at them. Hichriz aleim anoshim halalu shel shavit. These Talmidei Chacham don't know anything. Shel tohuim armru lo. They said to him, "Kvar benit, it's too late. You already built us up. The iyatayachol listor. You can't take away the fact that you called us Gdolei Ador. Kvar gadarta. The iyatayachol lifrot. You can't take away the fence." So Omer lahem. How come whatever I'm declaring Tomei, you're calling Torah? And Ani Oyser Matamatirim. I'm answering and you're mattering. Why is that? You are adding a leap month and calculating the Chadoshim, even though you're in Chutz La'aretz. And we were sent to stop this. Omer lahem. There was a Masorah that Rabbi Akiva had been able to do that. But when Rabbi Akiva went to Chutz La'aretz, there was nobody as great as him that he left behind in Eretz Yisrael. Under that circumstance, he was allowed to be Koivei HaChadoshim. Omer lahem. So Rav Chanina said also, he obviously had a high opinion of himself. He said that I also didn't leave anybody behind as great as me. Amrulo, yeah. When you left, you might have thought that. The little baby goats that you left behind have now become rams. Bale Karnaim, full of horns. They're the ones that sent us to you to stop you from doing this. They said to us, they said, tell him in our name, if he listens and stops doing it, good. And if they don't listen, we have to put him into Cherem. And they told the other Jews in Bavel, if you listen to us, that you agree that we put him into Cherem, good. And if you don't listen to us, why don't you all go up to the mountain? Achia yivne mizbeach. Let Achia build a mizbeach. Chananya yenagin bechinor. Chananya, who can play the harp. The yichbru kulam. The yoimru, and they will say Ein lehem chelek b'elokei Yisrael. He basically gave him a klala that if you follow along with this Chananya, it's not going to be good for you. The yad go kolayim b'vchia. They all started crying. Chas v'sholom. We want to have Chelek in Elokei Yisrael. And therefore, they followed along with two Talmidei Chachamim to reject Rav Chanina. Now, why was such a great, why was all of this done? Kokach lama, mishum shenemar, ki mitzion tzniksei Torah, udvar Hashem Yerushalayim. Torah has to come from Yerushalayim. And these dinim of adding a month to the year can only come in Yerushalayim. So the Gemara asked the fine question. For them, When he said something was tahor, and they said it's tameh, fine. L'chumra. You can always be machmir. Elahu metamid they metar, but if they metamid something, how can they turn around and say it's tahor? Once the Talmid Chacham declares something is tameh, you can't come along and say it's tahor. And if he prohibits something, ein chaver shalat. Kasavri kihechi lo nigro basrei. Ein achanami. In general, that's the halacha. But here, in order to prevent people from following his psak, they had to take this very difficult step. So after the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash in 70 CE, if you remember, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was dressed up, and he was in a coffin, and they faked his funeral, and they took him outside to Vespasian, who was the general. And he predicted that Vespasian was going to be the Caesar. And Vespasian allowed Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai one request. What did Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai say? He said, "Kain li yavna v'chachamea." He requested that the Chachamim be spared and that they be given a Makom Torah in Yavna. So this Baraisa is sort of giving us the opening ceremonies, what happened in Kerem B'Yavna. So Kishanichtus Rabbi saying Kerem B'Yavna. Now, why is it called a Kerem? Because it was like semicircular rows that looked like a vineyard. And that's how the Talmidei Chachamim would sit in a hierarchy. Hayusham Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Nechemi, Rabbi Eliezer ben Oshel, Rabbi Yosef Glili. Paslu kulam b'chbod achsanya v'darshu. They each opened up, giving honor to the achsanya, to the host. V'darshu. Pasach Rabbi Yehuda, Rosh Hamadavim b'chol malka b'chol Torah v'darshu. Rabbi Yehuda was always given the first opportunity to open up. He said like this: in the midbar, after the Egel Azov, Moshe moved the Oel Moed to the outside of the camp. Uma Aron Hashem, the Aron Shalaya Merucha Kelesh Nemasar Mil. The Aron was in the middle of the camp, and he took it outside of the camp. And we know that the length of the camp was 12 mil, so the Aron was only 12 mil away. Yet, it's sad that whoever wanted to learn Torah can come to learn Torah. Talmidei Chacham, sheholchim me'ir le'ir u'medina le'medina le'mod Torah. Talmidei Chachamim will come to you to teach Torah. Allah has come v'kama, that you should come and hear the words of Torah from Talmidei Chachamim. Now, because he started in this vein, he continues to darshan. V'diber Hashem el Moshe ponim el ponim. Amrav Yitzchak, Amar LaKadosh Baruch Hu LaMoshe, Moshe, ani v'ata nasbir ponim b'halacha. You and I will explain the reasons behind the halacha. Iked Yamri, other people say, Kach Amar LaKadosh Baruch Hu LaMoshe, Kashem shani isbarti l'cha ponim. Just like I explained to you the reason behind this halacha, Kach ata hasbir ponim l'Yisrael. So you teach it to Klal Yisrael. V'hakzer ha'oelim kodim. At that time, Moshe Rabbeinu was given the hint that he was allowed now to teach Torah again. So he put the oil back in its regular form. And that's why the pasuk says, V'shav l'machaneh, Amar v'avo, Amar l'kadosh baruch hu Moshe, Achshav yomer harav b'kas, the Talmid b'kas. If the master is still angry, and the Talmid is angry, Yisrael matei aleh, what's going to happen to Klal Yisrael? If you bring the oil back to where it is good, if you don't, I will give it over to Yoshua. And that's why Moshe immediately put the Machaneh back. Hashem's promise that Yehoshua was going to follow remained. Yoshua never left the oil, and then eventually, when Moshe Rabbeinu passed away, he took over. Listen, Klal Yisrael, today you became a nation. Now, this is 40 years later, after the Matan Torah. Also, Yom Nitna Tol Yisrael also Yom Sofar Boim Shanaya. This is 40 years later. El Lamdech. Shechaviva Torah Lomdem Chol Yom V'Yom Kiyom Shin Mar Sinai. That Torah learning is supposed to be sweet for people like on the day that they got it from Sinai. On Rav Tarchum Breid Rav Chia Ish Kfar Ako Teda. Sharei Adam Kort Kriyas Shema Shachos for Arvis. Person could read Kriyas Shema in the morning and the evening. Ve'erev Echad in a Korei. Let's say he misses one Kriyas Shema at night. Don't make him Mishlo Kort Kriyas Shema Olam. Listen, that night could never be returned. So it's as if he never read Kriyas Shema at all. Haskes, Ase Kitos for Iskuba Torah. It's telling you Haskes from the word Kita, meaning a group. It means when you study Torah, you should study in a group like we do. People acquire Torah when they learn together in a group. A sword is hanging over. Like a sword is hanging over the head of a Talmid Chacham who studies alone. Talmid Chachamim who study alone become foolish, because when they study with others, the others ask him questions, keep him sharp. Otherwise, he's going to become foolish. Where do you see this? If a Talmid Chacham doesn't learn Mechabura, he can become a sinner. Shenemar v'asher chatanu. And Iboy Sememeacha, Noyalus Soret Sohan, that like the gates were closed. Daracher, Haskes Ushma Yisrael, Katatu Atzmechem al Divrei Torah. You shall like cut yourself for the words of Torah. Like means you should even harm yourself. Kidon Rish Lakish, Dom Rish Lakish Minai, Shein Divrei Torah Miskamim El B'Misha Me'emi Satzmo Alea. Torah is not going to be reserved by somebody, only by somebody who's willing to die for it. Shenemar Zosa Torah, Adam Kiyamus Ba'oel. Davarach, another drasha, Haskes Ushma Yisrael, Has, that means first be quiet, V'achakach Koses. It means you have to listen. First listen, and then be quiet and listen. And then you're going to be able to learn. Kidarava, Damarava, La'olam Yilmod Adam Torah V'achakach Yegeh. You, in order to understand, first you have to study carefully. From the juice of milk will come out butter. Umitz. Af yotzi dam umitz apim yotzi rib. Who will you find butter of Torah? A person who like nursed Torah from his Rebbe, like an infant who nurses milk from his mother. Umitz af yotzi dam, even to the point of bleeding. For example, if a Rebbe chastises a student, but he takes it, he's quiet. People are going to come to him with dam that is tahor and dam that is tameh. He will be, if he is able to hold back sort of shaking against his Rebbe, who's trying to correct his ways, he will become a good Talmid Chacham, and he'll be able to differentiate between dam that is tameh and dam that is tahor. And then umitz apim yotzi riv kol tamid shekois lav rabo pam rishona ushniya b'shoisek zoichel avchin beidin emomes l'din nefashos. That not only that, if this happens twice, if a Rebbe chastises you twice, and even so you hold your mouth, you bite your tongue, and you don't respond, you will become a Talmid Chacham that you will be able to make halacha in dinei mominus, which are very complicated, and even capital crimes. It's not. Rabbi Shmuel Oimer, that if you want to become really smart, you should study financial law. There's no subject matter that's more complicated. It's like a spring that overflows. And that's why in the yeshivas, they study Baba Metzia, Baba Kama, Baba Basra, all the Dinei Mominus. Im novalta bi'isnase v'im zamos yad lepeh. A person sort of puts his hand to his mouth and even suffers indignities because he doesn't respond back to his Rebbe, who's trying to correct his ways. He will rise up and become the Rosh Yeshiva. Right? But if he does speak up, he will eventually have to have his mouth covered because he won't have anything to answer because he won't learn well enough. So these were all the words of Rabbi Yehuda. So Rav Nechemia also spoke about the Achsanya. Shaul, this is today's Haftarah that we read for Parsha Zachor, that Shaul, when he went to do battle with Amalek, the Cani, who were the descendants of Yisro, were encamped. And he said, go, leave this area. I'm about to fight Amalek. So I want to protect you. He gave them fair warning. You are the descendants of Yisro, who did a lot of kindness for Klal Yisro. Why did Yisro originally come close to Moshe? Because he saw that Moshe was an Egyptian prince. He thought that maybe Moshe could do something good for him because he was part of royalty. So he invited him into his house. So somebody who invites a Tam Chacham to your house. Umachilo, and you feed him, umashke, and you make him drink. And you give him money. Allah has kama v'kama, that you will be find favor in Hashem's eyes, just like we see that Hashem told Shaul to save the king. Don't afflict the Edomite, because he's your brother. Esav was Yaakov's brother. Lo sa'ev Mitzri, and don't afflict the Egyptian. Kigera Yisav Artso, because you were a stranger in his land. Why did the Egyptians, why did Paro invite the sons of Yaakov into Goshen? Because he knew he could benefit from them. Right? He knew that they had expertise in sheep, and he was going to use them. So it was only for his own purpose. And yet, we are supposed to not chase away the Mitzri because we were a stranger in his land. Somebody who is an achsanya, who is a host to a Talmid Chacham in his house, umachilo, and feeds him, umashkeyu, and makes him drink, umaneo minchosov, and gives him money, alachas kama v'kama, that you will find favor in Hashem's eyes. Pasuk of Yezer b'nosh of Yosef Gli b'chol achsanya v'darsh. Vayivarch Hashem es oved Edom agiti, ba'avur arona elokim. So if you remember, gentlemen, after the fourth, so when they first went into when the Klal Yisrael first went into Eretz Canaan, they did battle for 7 years, and they divided for 7 years. That's 14 years. Then the Mishkan was moved to Shiloh, where it was for 369 years. When the Plishtim destroyed the Mishkan, so they took possession of the Aron. So the Aron was in Plishtim for 4 months, but they were afflicted with hemorrhoids and other plagues, so they sent it back. So after, when it came back, and David HaMelech eventually tried to bring the Aron to Ir David, so Uzzah, when the Aron was almost falling, he stretched his hand to prevent the Aron from falling. And Uzzah was killed because the Aron doesn't need anybody. The Aron was no saith no sub. It carried the people that carried it. It didn't need anybody to carry it.
That's very tough.
So the Aron was left in the home of Oved the Edomite, of Oved Edom. And it was there for a period of time until David HaMelech saw that he was blessed. And then David went back and brought the Aron and brought it to Ir David. So it says, Vayivarch Hashem es Oved Edom Hagiti Bavur Aron Elokim. By the way, this area is in Beit Shemesh. The Aron was the guest, in a sense, of Oved Edom Hagiti. And the Aron did not eat, the Aron did not drink. And like, what did Oved do? Kibed the rebates the fun of. He made sure that the area before the Aron was clean. He broomed there, he swept there. Kach, hamarech tamid chacham b'soch beiso. So somebody who has a guest, a tamid chacham in his house, who machilo mashker and feeds him and drinks him, that Hashem will bless you. What was the blessing that Oved Edom received? So 8 of his daughter-in-laws, they all had sextuplets when they gave birth. Shenamar pu'alti ashmini. Uksiv ki bercholo kim kol ein lo Oved Edom hem of them b'achrei manchichal b'akoch lavod shishim u'shnayim lo Oved Edom. Because he had 8 children of his own, and then these daughter-in-laws, he had 8 of them times 6 is 54. So 54 plus 8 is
6 is 48.
So that was the bracha. What?
8 times 6 is 48. 8 times 6 is 48, not 54.
So he had 9. So he had 9. 9 times 6 is 54. He'd sheaves. Right. Rashi says he had 9. And each one gave birth to 6. So it's 54. And he had 8 of his own children. So he had 62.
Okay. Oh, it's okay.
Okay, we're on Samech Daled. We're finishing up. If you push the time away, the time will push you away. Where do we learn this from? Rabbi Rav Yosef. Rav Yosef Sinai. The Rabbi Oiker. Rabbi and Rav Yosef, Amay Roim, each one had a different specialty.
Because he a doctor.
Rav Yosef was called Sinai. He was good in Bekiyas. He knew all the Mesechtos. He didn't go very deep, but he could give you a Makor. You give him a question, he gave you the Makor, he knew where it was. Rabba Oikerhart. Rabba was like Reb Chaim Brisk. He was Pilpul. He went very deep. Itzrachol Shaita. Each one was needed for his own time. So they one of the yeshivas needed Rosh Yeshiva. They asked, which is better, being a Sinai kind of Jew or an Oiker Harim? Shalchalom Sinai koidem. It's better to have Bikiyas. Everybody needs the owner of the grain. But Afal Pichen lo kibel of Rav Yosef. Rav Yosef didn't accept to be the Rosh Yeshiva yet. The Amilei Kaldoi, the Persian astrologers had told him, Malchus Tartin Shanin, and then you're going to die. They told him like this. They predicted to him that you're going to become the Rosh Yeshiva, but you're only going to live 2 years and then you're going to die. So he said, better not be the Rosh Yeshiva. So he let Rava be chosen Rosh Yeshiva. Malach Rabbah, Esrim B'Tartin Shanin. Rabbah was the Rosh Yeshiva for 22 years and then died. Then Malach Rav Yosef, Tartin Shanin Upalga. Then Rav Yosef was the Rosh Yeshiva for 2.5 years, and then the astrologers were correct and he passed away. But because he didn't force the time, he let the time dictate. This is not my time. I will wait for my time to come. And not only that, Rav Yosef wanted to be careful not to have any kind of srara, no kind of leadership. So rather than when he needed a haircut, rather than have the barber shop come to him, give him a haircut at his home, he went to the barber because it shows that he was not doing any srara. So Amr Rav Alevi might receive Yam Chashem B'Yom Yisagev Hashem Elokei Yaakov. Elokei Yaakov, Elokei Avram Yitzchak. Why only are you given the bracha Elokei Yaakov? Kalabal Charish Yikanis Be'ev Yishul Koira. that if you're carrying a big beam, you should carry it in the middle and have somebody help you there. So Yaakov is sort of the father of the Am Yisrael, and he has to specifically ask tefillos for Klal Yisrael because he's like the real father of Klal Yisrael, directly. If you are given shrine from the table of the Talmid Chacham, maybe this is where the minhag comes, where we take shrine from a Rebbe. If you benefit from a Suda that the Talmid Chacham is there, it's like you benefit from Ziva Shechina. Shnemar, Vayavo Aaron B'chol Ziknei Yisrael Acholechem Yichosei Moshe L'Fnei Elokim. V'chil L'Fnei Elokim Achlu V'Losei Moshe Achlu. They only ate in front of Moshe. And Loi V'Lecha. If you eat from a Suda that a Talmid Chacham is there, Ki'ilu Nenem is Ziva Shechina. It's like you benefit from the Shechina itself. When you say goodbye to your friend, Al Yomer Lo Lech Bishalom, Ela Lech Lishalom. Share Yisro Sha'amar Lo Moshe Lech Lishalom, Olav Yitzliach. When Yisro said goodbye to Moshe, he said Lech Lishalom. Moshe Rabbeinu went up Mala Mala. But David, Sha'amar Lo Avshalom Lech Bishalom. When David departed from Avshalom, he said Avshalom Lech Bishalom, Halach V'Nitle. Avshalom hanged himself. Ended up hanging from the tree. He got caught, from his hair. But when you say goodbye to a mace, then you should say lech b'shalom. Shenemar v'ata tavo l'avotecha b'shalom. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Yaakov Avinu that eventually, when he gets buried, he's going to go b'shalom. So when you say goodbye to your friend who's alive, you should say lech l'shalom. Amrav Levi Barchia, Yotz Beis HaKnesses, v'nichnas lebeis HaMedrash. If you leave shul, like you guys did tonight, and you went into a Beis HaMedrash to learn, you're all going to be zoicha to be makabel the face of Hashem. Shenemer, yelchu mechayil el choyil. You should go from strength to strength. Yeira el Elokim b'tzion, and you will be zoicha to see Hashem b'tzion. Talmid Chachamim have no rest, not in this world, not in the next world, because in the next world is us going to be yeshiva shamala. Shenemar yelchu mechayil el choyil yeiro el Elokim b'tzion, and we'll leave the rest for the siyum. Susie and I, Mirza Hashem, are planning a siyum for the siyum hashas that we did, and for this first siyum. We'll combine the two, and further notice will tell you when that's going to be. But I will see everybody Mirza Hashem tomorrow night, and have a good book.
We're going to see you. We're going to see you physically.
Yes, I will be here physically tomorrow night.
Oh, you're coming?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night I'll be there 8 p.m.
Why are you shutting me?